Dave and I were living in the same apartment complex, and I remember actually him showing me on his, you know, that notepad he always had. He always had that like collegiate thing with the small lines. I'm like, how do you write on the small lines? He always had that with him, and I remember him like showing me the lyrics to Tear Away. Yeah. Shit you not.
That was a great night, man. When that song came around, I was
yeah.
So the bathroom was downstairs. We were upstairs, rehearsal room, like Universal rehearsal, and he goes downstairs, you know, take piss, whatever, and at the Digitech 2101, and I'm trying to, in my brain, take a flanger and a phaser, and make them like, you know, they both have their sweeps and their sways, like.
Yeah.
So I knew, in my head meets right. There's a way to where they wouldn't cancel each other out. So I have a phaser because you can do 2 chips in it.
Yeah.
So when the phaser goes down, when the flanger to come up. And it does. So I'm working on this thing. I'm going, and I'm programming stuff. And I go, and that's what I was doing to try to figure them out. And Dave comes running up the stairs. Goes, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just trying to play around this program while you're taking piss. He's like, keep doing it. I'm like, don't touch anything. So I stopped programming that sound, that signature sound in that song, and he just, he just goes into it. And like it was one of those magic moments, and you hear about this, where we just wrote. Yeah. So if you listen to the song,
that's awesome.
I'm gonna kind of call myself out on it. We know what to do, so it's just da 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 da, because we don't know what Dave's doing, so we just kind of ring it out on the E, right? Gong gong, well, drop C. So it's a lot of like drop C note, and then we go into it, and it's thing. And I remember going home that night feeling like I felt like we did something special.
That's
awesome.
Like, yeah,
you know, I had the chill bumps and the fact that you got to see that.
And he had those lyrics, and those lyrics
that's cool.
Come out. Like, it's amazing.
So for Dave on those lyrics, Tear Away, I don't care about it. Dave had a big heart. He was a great guy.
Yeah.
So it was his sarcasm. Oh, I don't care about anybody else but me. You know. Yeah. Fuck you guys. They don't care about myself. Yeah, just me. Selfish. But he would always like buy his presents. He never had rehearsal room money. He never had rent money. Like, you know, when he passed away, I put $20 in his casket. I gave him a $20 bill. Sent him off because he always asked me for $20, bro. It was just one thing.
That's great.
Okay, right?
That's great. That's great. But, yeah, sure.
Yeah, man, Dave was great. So his take was that, like a sarcasm. But for me, after years and years of playing it and fans and their interpretations, it's turned into like, you know, you have to love and respect yourself before you can love anyone else. So you have to have that me time. So like it kind of, our own song for me has a different meaning than how we had started it.
Right.
So love and respect, you know, you gotta love yourself and respect yourself and love everybody else.
Yeah.
It's become a pretty monumental song for us. And I've had fans, people come up to me and say craziest things like, man, it was a bad time and I was about to just, you know, lose it and myself, and I heard the song and it just got me through it. So I'm glad that we have a song,
that's awesome.
Especially Dave, that helps people get through it, because that's music, right?
Absolutely.
You know, it's like,
it's movement.
Help you get through these hard times, man, because we're going through some of them now. But yeah, the Tear Away story, man, and you got to see the lyrics, man.
And I got to see it.